Alright, welcome to a robot adventures video. Children, do not watch this video. Dumbasses, stupid people, shit for brains, impatient people, this video is not for you. This video is made for people who are interested in 3D printing flying bear. And, yeah. So, come by. It's all free. 0% alcohol, and I like this one. The lime, I like them all. I like the all free brand. I also got some wine. It's back up there, but like I said in my other video, I have to get healthy and stop drinking so much. So it's like the morning. It's in the morning on a Saturday. So I'll start off with this, and then afternoon or something like that I'll go. Yummy, yummy, yummy. It's yummy. Alright, so this video is to help people new to the 3D printing and those specifically who have this flying bear P902. Alright, so, sorry. Alright, so you got your flying bear all assembled. You're ready to go. I'm going to print something. I want to print out like a Pikachu or a... What is the thing they print? The scaffolding thing. Or the elephant that falls down. Yay! Or donkey fucking a leprechaun. You have to go get those files and run them through the slicer, and then put them in transfer them to the SD card, and then throw that into the printer, and then you're ready to go. Or you can do what I did, which is probably more practical, and it's very helpful. Instead of, I'm going to print out this Benchy, which is going to take 3 hours, and you don't even know if your printer is working, and just print this thing out for 3 hours, and then see where the mistakes are. Or you can run the test print that's in your software package there. That's already G-coded up, and you'll get something like that. After you did the bed leveling and stuff like that, you use the paper and you figured it out. You're like, yeah. And after you do that a couple times, heat up the bed. What will happen, and you probably figured this out already, or you will know about it, or the internet will tell you about it, is that this aluminum bed will start to warp. And or start to sag, or like, so that's like, oh crap. And because of that, you'll have to. This thing doesn't have a auto bed leveling, and it doesn't have a sensor, so you'll have to keep adjusting the screws and stuff, which is kind of crap. I don't want to do that. I don't think you want to do that after every print. Also, if you're doing the test print the way it came, and it's got that masking tape on there, which is kind of cute, but something like this, got this just masking tape on here. This stuff will peel off And then you can't even print. The edges will start to lift. So you take off all that masking tape, and then it's got a tacky, gluey surface, and then you can print on that a little bit. And you'll see, oh, it's so-so, and see how the adhesion is with this thing, because it's got a huge-ass brim. So it's, yeah, it'll show you how your leveling looks. Let's set that down. So after you start printing a while, and it's like, well, my prints are they're not really sticking, or you're having some issues, or what I think is something you should probably get, maybe one of the first things you should get, is a glass bed. Because I have been, this is one of the first things I got, because the bed was all bendy and I wanted to print, and I didn't want to wait for the Flying Bear to send me out another bed, and the angle of the aluminum was bent and stuff, so I was like, oh crap. So like, fuck it, I'm gonna just spend the money and buy a glass bed. And I really like it. I think it's a great deal. It's a good thing to buy. Good. Get back. And the reason is, at least on my machine, I don't have to mess around with captain's tape and painter's tape and blue taping and all this stuff. I do have a glue stick somewhere. There it is. And I actually used that a couple times, but I found that if I just keep this thing clean and don't touch it, don't put oils on it or something, I can just keep printing on this glass bed. Just pop off the prints with something like this, and I don't use a big ass spatula they gave me, but I just pop that in there, boop, and it just pops off. And yeah, so the glass bed is really good, and it's flat. And once you level the bed, that's pretty much the heat bed will heat up, and maybe that aluminum will bend a little bit. But you'll have this glass bed on top, which will maintain borosilicate glass. Maintain that it won't warp, and it'll maintain that nice level. You just hold it onto the bed with these binder clips, and you're good for printing. Yay! Hooray! So I really recommend one of these. And the problem, the downside with this is that it's either going to be like, if you check the sizes, your aluminum here, this is 214 by 214, or what they say, the heating element is 242, but the aluminum they got on top of that is 220 by 220. And the glass beds that they sell, the typical standard size, is I think 214 by 200 or something like that. So they're a little bit smaller than your printer's bed, but it's okay, because are you printing using the full size of the thing? And also I find that when I'm just printing out these little I'm testing out the designs, I'm just gonna print one of them or two of them and see how they compare. And I don't, they're pretty small. I don't need to use the whole thing. And they all just pop right off the right off the bed there, and they got a pretty nice flat, bottom there. So see that the reflect? That's pretty flat, and you can see here where some of the hot load was touching the hot end because I didn't clean the hot end, but yeah, the bed is good. Yeah, and you don't need all that. You don't need to deal with the tape and stuff like that, or the glue stick. All right, so let me just put that back up on the. Get this out of the way so I don't end up breaking it for some crazy reason. And it falls off the table, and then I'm like, oh fuck. All right, hold on. I just clamped it on one because I'm gonna take it off real quick, and then I'll probably, because I touched it with my hands, use my hands. I'll go wash it and then throw it back on there. But yeah, I really like the last bed. Another thing that after you get that your bed leveling and you know the potential is, and your test prints are coming out well. It's like, yay, this thing is printing. Now, what are you gonna print next? So the wiring on that thing is crazy. Right, you're like, oh crap, that's some crazy ass wiring. And maybe a case for that would be good. You want to print a case. And maybe some max in stops, but you need to buy extra in stops for that. So you don't, unless you have those in stops, the max in stop won't be necessary. And the wiring for that case, well, maybe it'll be a little bit. The tolerance should be maybe important, so you want to make sure that the print is nice. So one of the issues with this Flying Bear is that the spool holder is this thing, and this is functional. It does hold the spool like that. Yeah, it's holding the spool. And the spool does rotate on there, but it's kind of, wobbly and shit. So when that printer head's moving around, it's going, and the thing is wiggling and flopping around, so you'll get some maybe uneven tension on the filament. It would have been a better design if the spool holder was in the center and this thing could rotate around the central axis. That would be a better, smoother release of filament. Robot, you're going to go over there. Okay. So, using this spool holder, what you'll get is and maybe you've already done this, you'll get the filament like unwinding on the side and might get, snagged somewhere between the thing, and so it's kind of unpredictable where that filament's gonna unwind itself on its way to the printer head there. So you need another two things. You need a spool holder thing and a filament guide. So those are some maybe things that you want to print out or make or something. So, oh shit, that just fell down. Why do I have so much donkey load in my throat? I don't know. I don't like it. So, printing out the spool holder and the filament guide. So you can go to the Makerverse, the Thingiverse, I forgot what the other ones are called, Maker something. And you can find those things. You've seen pictures of these spool holders, and some of the designs require you to buy some casters or some bearings that will spin around, and you'll print out this thing, and then you mount the bearings, and then the spool will like spin around on the bearings like that. Yeah, maybe that's a good way. If you have the space for that, you'll have to put that somewhere over there, and then the filament will go all the way around and like that. Or something that I drew up in FreeCAD, something like this, where you'll because you'll be able to use this on different sized spools. So these spool holes are like 55 millimeters, or they come in different sizes. This other one here, and the thicknesses of the width of the spools differ, and yeah, so the holes differ. I think this is a 33 millimeter spool hole. So what I did, and also let's talk about the spool holder. You can print it out all of, or you can just go to the hardware store and buy some parts to help you. I wanted everything kind of attached to the printer, so I bought some of these little slotted L bar things. I think this is like $3 or something. Bought a couple of these, and so I can just, using the extra T nuts, I can just bolt that onto the frame. And since spools come in different sizes, I wanted to have the spool holder adjustable. So I'll get that bolted onto the frame there like that, and I can adjust the position of the filament. This is a filament guide that I made, and it spins around freely, and I can just move that along here. But I wanted something even easier to adjust. I wanted to adjust the length or whatever. So I wanted something that I can modify quickly and swap out spools. So I'd have the spool holder like on there, on the frame, like bolted on there. And then I'd come in with my guide, put it on there at whatever height I wanted. And I'd be like, oh, yay! And since the spools are a different height, the sizes, I'd have to adjust the position of the spool on the holder. So what I worked out was I got that spool holder with the axis right down the middle, and I put these little, this wing nut, I put these little sleeves on there so they can spin around, and then I designed these little spool holder adjustable level things. So there's no way you're gonna be able to buy this at the hardware store. Because I don't even know what the thing is called. So what I did was I took the size of the slots here, and I made a couple of these. So you'll have something like two of these, right? And they're the same thing. So I kind of line that up like that. Then I take my filament guide bar holder nut thing, and I put that in there like that, and you can see it comes out the other side. And then this thing can rotate, like that. But because I designed it to lock after a certain point, so now when I want to adjust it, I just take that out. Yay! I don't know what the name of this thing is. Please type that in the bottom in the comments. Oh, that's called a blah 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 blah. Okay, I'm gonna call it a Reuven filament holding screw thing. And so I made that thing, and then to hold the spools at different heights, I made this one, and that's kind of does the same thing. It just kind of pops in, but this one kind of pops in on the side, and then like that, and then that kind of locks into place like this, and yay! So that's well supported there. It's got all the force going down on that. So nice little thing, and you get two of those, and then you slide your filament onto there like that, and then that thing is spinning. Woohoo! So maybe that's over design, I don't know, but that thing is working. And now, with all that set up, I took these off of the frame just to show you in front of the camera. No, fuck, there goes that. This gets mounted on the frame up here, something like that, or like that. And if you're running like the diamond head tripler, you can put like 3 spools up there, and they're all contained in this one footprint. So kind of like that. And I don't have it's not going horizontally; it's all going vertically. And then after you do that, shit, then you can start maybe printing out your new ramps case, or your max end stops. This is, I think, the one that they gave you. Oh yeah, that's the Y end stop. This one's also on Flying Bear's Thingiverse. But this is for the Y, and the Y Max. Well, they don't. Well, you have to mirror flip it around, and then you got to do some adjustments, or you can design up your own. And here's some prototyping. I put in screws, and then later realized, oh, you know what would be better? It's a slot. So yeah, and there's no CAD file for this that I could find. But I didn't look that hard. I just thought, oh, I can make that pretty quickly. So I just drew that up, and in FreeCAD. And there was some other stuff. Maybe you can make a little filament guide like this. Oh, that's a little cute one. Thought maybe that would work. So then you have fun prototyping stuff, and it's like, oh, that was cute. That was fun. And yeah. Oh, then after you do that, after you get all that shit done, then you can try out a benchy or something like that. And I made this benchy before I did any of this other stuff. And I used the default settings on the software, which was like a very, very slow. This took about 3 hours. But it came out well, and I liked the printer, and I thought, oh, it's good. I want to paint this thing up. So, yeah, that's my recommendations for some things that you should probably print out or get sorted when you're starting with your flambe. That's empty. P902. Yeah, man. As always, do the clicky stuff and blah blah blah. And remember to do something. Yeah. And there's a bell. And then to do the bell because YouTube's being all weird and something. And then there's something for you. Who does that sound like? That sounds like every other YouTuber video is like, oh, remember, if you haven't already, do the thing. Yeah. I like how YouTube has changed. It used to be, I find it funny. I used to get so many like, you're not professional. But now, even the professionals are dropping F-bombs and shit. I think shit is now no longer a swear word, I think. I'm not really sure. Or I don't know what the swear level is. But it's just being natural. Alright guys. Now I got to put this shit all back together again. But once I get it done, once I get all the mountings done, then it's just a quick swapping out, and that's good. It's just the mounts I won't remove again. I might slide them around or something like that, but yeah. Also, another feature of this, the why I did it. The reason I did it this way, I put a little sleeve in there for it to freely rotate, and it's got a lot of wiggle because that. Let me just put it together and then I'll show you what I mean. Alright, so let's say I want to swap out filaments. So I've got this one and I don't want to use blue. I want to use another color. Alright, so you just take your thing off you spin that. You gotta hold the other, spin that wing nut. Sounds like a song right there. Spin that wing nut. And oh fuck. And you make it. You make sure you're not doing this on camera. That way shit doesn't get fucking all over the floor. And you do that, and you take off that piece, and then you swap out the spool, and you put in that, and put that piece back on, and you pick up the wing nut with your foot, because you're a fucking monkey. Or you're spanking a monkey, or you got a little monkey down there that you're spanking. Or a dolphin you're flogging. Yeah, flog that dolphin. And you tighten that down to there. Okay, so you got the spool back on there. Oh, here you go. And you got your spool ready to go. Zoom out for that. You're happy there. Then you got your spool holder mounted onto your frame. Yay! That's done. Then you take your specially designed, where the fuck did I put them? What are there? Reuven robot holders things. Gotta get a name for these. And you put those on your frame. So you put that in there. Let's say like that. One. And two. Like that. Yay! That was pretty easy. And then you take your spool and you drop that on. Oh, too close? No, it's perfect. Oh, maybe a little too close. I'll adjust that. Slide that out a little bit. Okay, there. That should be perfect. Which way is that spool going? It's going that way. So I want to make sure it's like that. So I'll take that and drop that right in there. Oh, what happened? I can't see the other side. Okay, yay, I got it. Hey, spin, spin, spin. Spin the back circle. Do 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 do. Spin, spin. Alright, and then you want this thing, zoom out, to like the filament to come right over like the center of your build surface there. So then that just go like all over there. So I take my filament guide and I attach that to here somewhere, maybe here, right here, about there. I want it about there, so I'm gonna use my Robot Adventures, the filament guide holding screw thing nut. Put that in there like that. It's in there, and then we'll put that right about there. Okay, and is it on there? Oh, there it goes. Ta-da! Yeah! Oh, shit! Did you see me? I'll do it again. Here we go. Take my filament screw nutted thing, Robot Adventures, and put that in there. And then I go bleep, boy, yeah! With the pinky, because it doesn't hurt so much if you use a pinky. And where's that filament thing? Filament. Filamento. Oh yeah, I found it. And then you gotta stick that in through one of the holes. Stick it in the hole. Yeah, woohoo! Oh shit. Woohoo, yeah. Alright, good. And now that thing is on there. And it's got a little play this way and a little floppy there, but at least it'll maintain this point. And it'll keep that filament out there going burr, 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 all over your, dropping fat loads all over your print bed there. So that's what you want, fat loads on your print bed. Yeah! You're so happy now. I'm happy. Fat loads. I've had no alcohol except for about 2 sips of alcohol. So it was like, that guy he's a drunk guy making videos. He's a stupid poo-poo head. No. I'm just having fun, and it sound pretty much. I think I pretty much sound the same. Maybe a little bit less slurred, but alcohol or no. Alright guys, that's it. Come by, bye-bye. Have fun with your 3D. Hey-how. And, oh yeah, so I guess I'll put these these parts, the Robot Adventures filament guide thing, and the Robot Adventures the spool holder thingy on the fun something, and the Robot Adventures. I know I went French on you. It's all French because the wine. It's actually from Chile. It's not even French. Frenchers. You know, France was right to vote against the Iraq War, and you're either with us or against us. Yeah, France was right. All right, guys. All right, I'm gonna go make this, and I gotta put the all those things up on the thingiverse thing. Look, now I've had more than a sip. Now I've had like a 2 sips.